Hi, Pastor Steve here. I want to thank you for listening today, and I want to encourage you because I know that God will truly bless you as you study His Word. So hey, let's get started.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great Memorial Day. I am excited to get to share a psalm with you today. Today we're going to be looking at Psalm 30. So if you have a Bible, open it up. Psalm 30 says, "I will extol you, O Lord, for you have drawn me up and have not let my foes rejoice over me. O Lord my God, I cried to you for help, and you have healed me. O Lord, you have brought up my soul from Sheol. You restored me to life from among those who go down to the pit. Sing praises to the Lord, O you his saints, and give thanks to his holy name. For his anger is but for a moment, and his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning. As for me, I said in my prosperity, I shall never be moved. But your favor, O Lord, you made my mountain stand strong. You hid your face, I was dismayed. To you, O Lord, I cry, and to you, Lord, I plead for mercy. What profit is there in my death if I go down to the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it tell of your faithfulness? Hear, O Lord, and be merciful to me. O Lord, be my helper. You have turned from me my mourning into dancing. You have loosed my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness, that my glory may sing your praise and not be silent. O Lord, my God, I will give you thanks. I will give thanks to you forever." My children have a book, and it's a compilation of Dr. Seuss stories, and one of the stories in the book is the Lorax. Well, recently, on one of the streaming services, the movie The Lorax was put on there, and Elijah saw the orange Lorax character and wanted to watch that, so we watched it. In the movie, a character tears down a tree, which brings the Lorax, who speaks for the trees, and he tells him he can't cut down the trees. But in his selfishness and greediness, he decides he'll cut down a couple because the trees help him make an item. Well, he ends up cutting down all the trees. And once he's cut down all the trees and run out of his supply, everyone moves on to something else, and he's left alone and destitute. The movie is a young boy who's coming to him asking what happened to all the trees. And he says, I ruined everything. I destroyed everything. I destroyed this forest, and I destroyed my life. But there is one piece of hope. He has one last seed. And the movie ends with the little boy planting the seed and a little sapling starting to sprout. And he's come out of his place of hiding, an old man now, and he's watering these saplings that are growing. And there's hope because there's a picture of life. And this is a great picture of this psalm. God is the one that the psalmist reaches out to when he's in despair, when he's suffering, when he's going through trials. And verse 5 says so much for us. It says, "For his anger is but for a moment, and his favor is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning." Sometimes it seems like the night is never going to end. Sometimes we look at all these things happening, sickness, death, things falling apart in our lives, and we wonder, is it ever going to end? I was having a conversation with someone just last week, and they're just telling me all these things that are happening. And they're like, man, when it rains, it pours. And I'm like, when is it going to let up? It's one thing after the other. But Psalm 5 is so powerful for us because suffering is not the final word. The night is not the final word. The psalmist tells us that joy comes with the morning, that there is a morning coming, that life is coming, is sprouting up because ultimately our hope in Jesus. Because suffering and pain do not have the final word, but Jesus has the final word. And so whether you are in the night right now, weeping, or your night is in the future, yet to come, that time is not the final word. It's not the end of the story. There's joy coming, a joy that is so powerful that leads the psalmist to, in verse 11, declare that you have turned for me my mourning into dancing. You have clothed me with gladness, that my glory may sing your praise and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to you forever. That the hope that Jesus brings to our lives, wherever we are in this story, is that our sorrow is literally transformed into dancing. That our mourning is transformed and changed into a state of gratitude and thanksgiving, because Jesus always has the final word. Because of Jesus' victory over death, because of his resurrection, we know that no matter how bad it gets, no matter what the world will put in our way or throw at us, that is not the end of the story. And so as we look at this psalm and find ourselves, where are we today? Is our life a life filled with hope that even in the midst of the storms, that we can sing with gladness to God, because we know that that's not the end of the story? Spend some time this week praying, looking at this psalm and thinking about, are our lives telling of his faithfulness? Are our lives a picture of the praise that God deserves because of the hope that we have? Is our life a glory that will sing your praise and not be silent? Do we give thanks to God forever? Have a great week.
Thanks again for listening today. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like more information about our church, or if you just want to share what God's been doing in your life, drop us a line, give us a call. Again, may God bless you.